We began our journey as we left our hotel, the Art Deco Hotel, and we went to the metro station at Náměstí Republiky, and we took the metro line B all the way to Zličin, to the bus station, so that we could catch the bus from there to Žatec.
Jedeme do Žatce, stihli jsme autobus a Žatec je na západ od Prahy asi 1,5 hodiny cesty. We are going to Žatec. We caught the bus and Žatec is about one hour and a half from Prague to the west. So it will be very different from Brno. In Žatec, Barbra Streisand filmed a big chunk of their exteriors, a lot of scenes which happened in the city where Yentl is studying and living together with Avigdor, and where Hadas's house is and the yeshiva is, and they are walking in the streets, going in and out, Hadas's house, and that's basically it. And next to it, or not very far from Žatec, is a village where Yentl lived with her father.
On our way here, we were treated to stunning views of the hop fields that surround Žatec. These lush fields are essential for brewing some of the finest beers in the world, reflecting the town's deep-rooted brewing heritage. We arrived at the Žatec bus station, all ready to take in the anticipation of this vibrant atmosphere of this historic town. So here we are, waiting in Žatec at the auto bus station to go to the other places that Barbara filmed, and waiting for Lenka to come back from somewhere. I don't know where she went. Where'd you go?
I went to see the winter park very close from which Stockholm station, and it's kind of confusing, but it looks like we will have to go back at 7:50 p.m.
Okay.
To Prague 8:25.
Okay.
Too bad.
Yeah. Now that we arrived at the main square, surrounded by beautiful Gothic and Renaissance architecture, the town hall with its striking clock tower is a must-see. Did you know that Žatec was once a key player in the medieval hops trade? The town's vibrant history is evident in every corner. And this right here is what they called the smallest hop field in the world. Let's take a leisurely stroll now through the old town. Charming streets are lined with boutique shops, artisan crafts, and delightful cafés. It's perfect for a little souvenir shopping. It's a quaint little town, and it seems like it would almost be kind of fun to live there because you can get all over the whole town easily. Everybody probably knows everyone. I see all the citizens sitting in the street, talking to each other, enjoying their time out in the sun. Now let's go take a look at some of the film locations from the movie Yentl. This is supposedly the town of Bešev, where the characters in the movie Yentl Alvador and Anshel went to the yeshiva here, and where Alvador was madly in love with Hadass. This is Hadass's family home from the movie. This is where they filmed it, and they put a fountain right here in the front. They built all that. This is the old building that they filmed the yeshiva inside. As you can see, it still says in Hebrew at the top, yeshiva. No one uses this anymore for anything, it looks like. This other door was the door from when they exited Ufleku in Prague, the pub, from the pub scene. And this is where they supposedly came out the door, and they were in the town of Beshev.
So here is Cukrana, which means sweet shop, and there is a story that Barbara liked certain type of sweets, větrník, and the famous Czech director Zdeněk Troška used to buy it from her, from here, from this place.
This tower gate is the entrance into the city of Beshev when Alvador and Anshel come from the pub at Ufleku, which is in Prague, but supposedly in Beshev, and they arrive to the town of Beshev, and they come through this tower gate to go towards the yeshiva and where they'll be sleeping and living in this town. And in the scene where Barbara runs after him to tell him nothing is impossible when Alvador is going to leave, he would have gone through that gate also. We finished just having a cup of coffee at one of the quaint little cafes here. And so now we're going to go look around in the shop windows and see what souvenirs we can find. It's a very photogenic little town. As for souvenirs, we found a couple of cute little dreidels at the Synagogue Museum, and also Lenka found a pair of pants in one of the stores. Žatec is an interesting place to visit. It has a lot of little nooks and crannies and streets that you can go up and down. As night falls, Žatec transforms into a magical place. The historic buildings are beautifully illuminated. As the sun begins to set, let's enjoy a traditional Czech meal. Of course, I'm going to have the smažený sýr. They offered a lot of dishes of the local cuisine. We are at the U Medvěda, which is at the bear. So, Lenka is having some cranberry-filled tomato, looks like something crazy on the lettuce. With some moldy cheese.
Grilled cheese with honey, walnuts, and cranberries. And baguette with herb butter. So I would like to say something about this beer,
There's a
which
wasp
is
sign.
called Le Pivot, which is kind of a French
I got
variation.
I got Pilsner.
She got Pilsner. She
Urquell.
got Czech beer,
The Czech
and I
Pilsner
got
Urquell.
French beer, and that's where the problem is, because it doesn't taste anything like Czech beer.
Well, because the French make wine, they don't make beer.
Yeah,
People need to stick with what they do best.
even though they are using some of the Czech hops, but it's still it's not the same. And it was a recommendation of the brewers, local brewers, but I'm really not so crazy about it.
But she's drinking it. But anyway, mine only cost 35 crowns. And that's like, hold on, let me turn the camera around. Mine only cost 35 crowns, so that's like $1 and 25 cents or something like that, maybe. But anyway,
Mine is less than $2.
well, hers is less than $2, but it's a wasted $2. But anyway,
It's not wasted. It's
But
okay.
anyway.
We have basically 2 hours still left, so we can now do the tour again without stress of filming and look at the buildings and maybe take a few more photos and maybe look at the synagogue again and just absorb the atmosphere of this historical town and go home with memory up 40 years. What happened?
it was a great place to enjoy a little downtime. But now it's time to head back to the bus station and catch that last bus back to Prague. We managed to catch the bus in time, and this driver, he was really flying, and he has his bus decorated with all his sports paraphernalia, and hope we make it back safely. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please remember to like and subscribe and set the alert button so when I put out a new video, you'll know. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Until next time.